Now, I need some audience participation to begin with. I'm going to play you a very short recording. A man is going to say one word. I want you to write in the chat box what word you hear. Second. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In the chat, what word do you hear? Yes, thank you, anime. Okay. So the word is okay. Now, let's think about the word. Let's really break it down into small parts. What different sounds, not letters, sounds, does okay have? Well, let's see. We've got 3 sounds. Yeah. There's almost Ezra. There's 3 different sounds. We've got O, K, A. And these join together to make 2 syllables. Yeah. So 2 syllables. A syllable is a group of sounds in a word. Right? So, okay has how many syllables? It has 2. Okay. We're going to do this again. I'm going to play you a slightly longer word. Write in the chat what word you hear.
Terrible. Terrible.
Very good. Okay, I'll play it again.
Terrible.
Yes, that's right. We've got this word. Now, not thinking about syllables, let's think about the sounds in the word. What different sounds can you find in this word? There's actually a lot of different sounds. Yeah, Lena, yeah. So we've got t, e, r, b, l. Lots of different sounds. And these all join together to make terrible. Terrible. Now, I'm sure you all know about sounds and syllables. It's a very basic idea, but it's important to understand the syllables in a word when we think about word stress. Now, let's look at this one first. How many syllables has this got? Well, it's got 2 syllables. Now, we can stress one of the syllables in the word. That means we're going to say it maybe a bit louder, with a bit more strength, and the syllable, the sound is a bit longer. Right? Now, we've got 2 options. We can stress the first one or the second one. So stressing the first one, okay. And the second one, okay. What do you hear? Is it the first or the second?
Okay. Okay.
Type your answer in the chat. Remember to set your answers to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's the... Oh, listen again.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. If it was the first one, you'd say, okay. Okay. It's not, it's the second.
Okay.
Now, what about in this one? How many, let me just put this Q&A box over there. Got too many screens. It's very confusing. There we go. Now, this word has 3 syllables. So we've got 3 options for which syllable to stress, but which one is correct? You can do the first one, terrible. You can do the second one, terrible. Or you can do the third one, terrible. What do you think it is? The first, the second, or the third?
Terrible. Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, that's right. We stress the first syllable. Terrible. Terrible. Now, an easy way for you when you're learning English to discover which sound in a word, which syllable is stressed, is to get information from a dictionary. So, for example, let me show you here. We look at this word here. I'm on the Cambridge Dictionary. There are lots of other dictionaries you can use. First off, you've got the phonetic alphabet here, and you're looking for the dot that's in the air, the dot that's above the letters. This tells you which syllable is stressed. You can also listen and hear some UK English pronunciation or some US English pronunciation.
Comfortable. Comfortable.
So the dictionary can be very helpful for you. But we're in a masterclass, so I want to help you too. Here are 4 words that my students often have problems pronouncing. I'm going to ask you to listen to me saying these words. I want you to listen for 2 things. Number 1, what syllable is stressed? And number 2, are there any silent letters? What I mean by silent letters is where you have letters in the word, but when I say them, or when I say the word, the letter doesn't exist in my speech. So let's start with the first one. What's the stressed syllable, and is there anything silent? Write in the chat. Interesting. 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 Right, 3 syllables, correct, Ezra. Yeah, we stress the first one. Interesting. Are there any sounds, any letters that I don't say? Interesting. Yes, Ezra says yes. Which letter is silent? Yes, Ashik. So, what about the next one? Again, what syllable is stressed? Are there any silent letters? Comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. 3 syllables, you're right. Yeah, there's lots of silent letters. So I don't say the O, I don't say the R, don't really say the A. Yeah. And I stress this, comfortable, comfortable. What about the next one? behavior, behavior, behavior. Right, the second syllable. Behavior. I think there's 3 in this one. Behavior. Yeah. Are there any letters you think that are silent? Behavior. Maybe, yes. There's something in this part, right, that we need to be careful of. With word stress, as well as knowing what syllable has the stress, we also need to think about the end of the word. Often in English, the end of the word kind of disappears. And this can be a problem for students because maybe you want to say everything, right? Maybe in your language, all of the vowels and consonants are pronounced. So it's behavior, not behavior, behavior. In this one, right, quite a simple word, what is the stressed syllable? Teacher, teacher. Yeah. So I'm stressing the first syllable, teacher, teacher. And this here, any word in English that ends like this, you don't need to pronounce it. It's a very weak sound. Stress the first sound, and then the next one you can kind of forget about. It's teacher, teacher. Okay, I'm going to open it up to you. We've got 2 or 3 minutes. Is there a word in English that you find difficult to pronounce? Write it in the chat box and maybe I can help you. I hope I can. Oh, very good word. Okay, so. Any others? Any other words? Give you a minute to think. Right. Okay, this is going back to our vowels from last week with that one. Thank you, Amine. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm very sorry if I'm not. Okay. Oh, and there's a nice trick with this one as well. Thank you, Ezra. Okay. Do one more. Any others? Okay. Okay. Growth and asset. Okay. Now, this one, first of all, what's the stressed syllable in the first one? Anxious, anxious, anxious. Ooh. Okay, Lena, I'll talk about that in a second. Anxious. Okay, so in anxious, we've got the first syllable, and then this one is a sh sound. Anxious, anxious. Okay, everyone, spotting your syllables. Necessary, necessary. Which syllable? Necessary. Yeah, 4 syllables. Very good, Ezra. And which syllable is stressed? Necessary. Okay, necessary, 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 necessary. The first. Yeah, necessary. It's a good trick to help you practice your word stress. Try saying the word in different ways. which one sounds best to you. You're probably going to be right. This one, this vowel sound here is the same as in this word. So if you can say this word, her, it's the same. Her worth. Her worth. Now, very big word here, approximately. Approximately. Which syllable is stressed? Approximately. Yeah, it's the second syllable. Listen to what happens to these sounds at the end. Approximately. Approximately. Do you see how the stressed syllable is really loud and long, and the others are short? Yeah, approximately. Also, if this word is hard for you to say, you can say the short version and just say approx. Means exactly the same. It's informal, but for conversation, it's fine. This one, let's get the vowel right. O, O. Repeat after me. O, growth. This one, we've got two syllables. Asset, asset. Yeah, we're stressing this one. And let's just go to the chat and quickly do some of the other things that came out. Okay, so we've got Lena, perilous, right? Stress the first syllable, perilous. Ezra, you're making me hungry. Pistachios, pistachios. Second syllable and a sh at the end, pistachios. Anna, look at my mouth. Work, walk. Or, or, work, walk. Okay. And bottom. Anna, bottom. Okay, now let's move on. And we're now going to look at sentence stress. Now, we're going to answer 3 questions in this section. Firstly, we're going to think about what can make English sentence stress challenging when you are learning English. We will think about if there are any rules for English sentence stress, and then we'll think about whether you have to follow these rules all the time. So to begin with, here are 2 groups of languages. Maybe you can see your language on this list. These groups are about the stress, the sentence stress pattern that these languages have. So English, German, Danish, Catalan, Portuguese, they all have a similar stress pattern in speech. And French, Spanish, Italian, Ukrainian, Georgian, they all have a different stress pattern. Now, have a look at this sentence. Think about how you would naturally say this sentence in your language. Don't write anything in the chat. Just think about if you were saying this sentence, how would you naturally say it? In the languages on the left, these languages often stress more or less every syllable equally in a sentence. Whereas the languages on the right, these have a slightly different pattern where more important words in the sentence are stressed. For English, that is probably the most useful thing for you to remember. So look at this sentence. I know it's a little strange, but it's quite fun, and we're going to come back to it a few times. What do you think are the most important words in this sentence? Write in the chat the important words. Okay, Ezra said terrible. There we've got, let's try and underline these. So we've got terrible, yeah. Guy, quit, okay, yeah, at the start probably. All right, let's listen to the sentence. We'll listen a few times. What words do you think are the most important?
Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's terrible. Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's terrible. Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's terrible.
Okay, so we've got okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's, I don't think this really gets much stress. It's okay, I quit. This guy's terrible.
Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's terrible.
Right. Now, let's look at another one. So look at this sentence. This is a lovely sentence. In 1977, the Voyager spacecraft that went off out of the solar system, NASA sent a record, a golden record, with messages from all the languages of the Earth. And this was the message in English. What do you think are the most important words in this sentence? Okay. Amine says, hello, children, planet Earth. Okay. Anything else? Do we agree with Amine? Anything different? Hello, children. Thank you, Lena. Okay, Ahmed says children. Yeah. Okay, let's listen. I'll give you a second. Okay, let's listen to the recording. See if you're right. Which words in this sentence are stressed?
Hello from the children of planet Earth. Hello from the children of planet Earth.
Very good, everyone. Yes, so it's hello from the children of planet Earth. Now, let's look at the two sentences. Look at the words that are with the red line and the ones that are not with the red line. What's different between the stressed words and the unstressed words? What type of word are they? Okay, so Ashik says, yeah, so we've got a noun here, another noun phrase there. Yeah, adjective, Yeah, the verb to quit. Yeah. And then greetings, yeah. Oh, well, that's not a greeting. So greeting and some kind of conversational thing, right? What about the words that are not stressed? Yeah, we've got, so this guy's, yeah, so we've got from, right? So from is what, a preposition, the, of, yeah, another preposition or adverb, the, right, an article, yeah, this, a demonstrative pronoun, guy, a generic, I can't write today, a generic noun, a generic pronoun. Yeah, that's it. So we've got another pronoun there and another pronoun there. Now, this is quite a good example of the rules for sentence stress in English. So normally you will hear people stressing the important words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, right? Greetings, exclamations, and more of the grammar words, the things that hold the sentence together, they tend to become like mashed and smushed in together. When you are speaking, make sure that you're stressing more of the important words, of the content words, rather than emphasizing every word in the sentence. We will return to this idea next week because this is very important for listening. But then we need to think, do you have to follow these rules all the time? Here's a little conversation. I'm going to say the conversation with myself. Can you listen to the way that I say this conversation? Focus on speaker B, right? And listen for the way I use the sentence stress. Is there any time when the sentence stress is maybe different to what it would normally be? So, hello, sir. What would you like to order? What cakes have you got? We've got chocolate, carrot, and red velvet. I'll have the carrot cake. Did you say chocolate? No, carrot cake, please. Shall I do that again? Listen for the stress in B. What would you like to order? What cakes have you got? We've got chocolate, carrot, and red velvet. I'll have the carrot cake. Did you say chocolate? No, carrot cake, please. Did you notice anything? Okay, A is rude. Yes, it was my rude persona, Ashley. Did you notice anything about the stress in B? Think about how he corrected the waiter. Right. Okay, Lena. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Lena. Anyone else? Any other ideas? Okay, so yeah, Lena is correct. The stressed words here are carrot and chocolate, and then cakes here as well. Now, the stress here is more exaggerated than we would normally use. And we can use extra stress to really get our message across. So look at these 3 short sentences. I'm going to read the conversations to you. And each time I get to the end, I want you to say in the chat, what does be mean? Why have I stressed this particular word? So, the first one. It's a shame you missed the party. I was at the party. It's a shame you missed the party. I was at the party. So why is this word stressed? What do you think? Write in the chat. Yeah, was is stressed. Yeah, yes, defining the past. It's a shame you missed the party. I was at the party. Yeah, it's a confirmation, or it's like a disappointment. Yeah, I'm disappointed you didn't know I was at the party. And it's almost like a correction. So you missed the party. No, I didn't. I was at the party. Okay, conversation 2. I'm going to change the stress. Did you say you were at the meeting? No, I was at the party. Did you say you were at the meeting? No, I was at the party. Yeah, so I'm stressing party. Why am I stressing party? It's a misunderstanding, right? Yeah, so there's a misunderstanding. And again, there's a correction. Okay, the last one. Did you say Agata was at the party? No, I was at the party. Did you say Agata was at the party? I was at the party. Yeah, stressing I. So it's all about, it's all about correction, right? To specify. Great word, Lena. Yeah, it's to specify something, to correct something. So we can use sentence stress differently to normal to emphasize our point, to tell the person we're talking to something clear. Let's play with this with a really simple sentence. Now, normally, which word would you stress in this sentence? Interesting. Some of you are saying you, some of you are saying love. All right, I'll say it naturally. I love you. I love you. Yeah. Yeah, so love is normal, is the normal stress. Now, I want you to practice. Just take 20 seconds and say this word or this sentence rather, in different ways. So we've got, I love you, I love you, I love you. But you're going to say, so I love you. I love you. And I love you. Try saying it to yourself with these three stressed words. How does the meaning change? When you have an idea, write in the chat. Mhm. Yeah, right. Yeah. So the second one, the object, is important. It's like yes, exactly, Christina. I love you. I don't love her. I love you. And the third one is I love you. Yeah. So maybe your partner's just said, "Oh, nobody loves me." So no, I love you. Right. So we can see how changing the stress in this really short, simple sentence can totally change the meaning of the sentence. Now, how can you practice sentence stress? I'm going to show you two really quick ways that you can practice sentence stress. The first is a website called Youglish. If you don't know this website, it's a really great way to practice your pronunciation using YouTube videos. So let's type in our sentence. You can choose an accent if you want. I'm just going to select all and click say it. And you get videos.
I love you, bro.
You, or even for saying I love you.
Oh, I love you back. I love you back.
That can start a war or say I love you.
Know that I love you to the moon and stars and back.
Oh, isn't that nice? So this is a really, really good way of listening to the pronunciation of words or phrases in videos and for you to practice. Another thing is something called shadow reading. So I've got here a video that I used a few weeks back with my speaking club. Now, first you choose a video, probably a short video. I suggest you put the subtitles on and you watch the video first.
Feel Good in the Forest is about connecting people with each other and with the forest environment.
Okay. And then you go back to the start and you're going to play the video or play part of the video. And I want you to read along with it. Say what the person says at the same time as them. This is why the subtitles can help.
Feel Good in the Forest is about connecting people with each other and with the forest environment.
You see? And it's a very good way of practicing your sentence stress and also trying to help you speak a little bit more fluently or getting yourself feel a bit more natural speaking English. It's a good thing to do for pronunciation. Okay, on to intonation. Now, first, intonation, what is it? Anyone in the chat box, can you give me a quick sentence or a quick answer? Why is intonation, or what is intonation? Cool, good. Okay, so intonation is the way simply that your voice can go up or down. It's about tone. And the voice goes up or down at the end, normally, of a sentence. So I could say, going up, what is it? What is it? Or what is it? What is it? So it's all about the sounds of the sentences. It's important for two ideas. One is for meaning, kind of like what we saw before with the changing the sentence stress. Stress and intonation are connected. So I was at the party. Yeah, your voice goes up. I was at the party. I was at the party. Right? Yes, Ashik, I think it is. So it's important for meaning, but it's also important for some types of grammar. And in a moment, we're going to look at specific times when intonation is important in the grammar of English. But it's also something that learners find quite difficult. This is why intonation comes at the end of this masterclass, because I know it's something that you are going to find hard to get right. That's because very often the intonation in our own language is very different to the intonation in a language that we are learning. Now, typically, the intonation in our own language, it's one of the first things we learn as babies when we are learning our language. Studies have shown that babies respond to intonation in their mother's voices before they can even understand or produce words. And this means that learning a new intonation in a different language can be quite difficult. But for this reason here, it is worth knowing about. Okay, take a look at this sentence again. I'm going to play you lots of variations. I just want you to listen to how his voice goes up and down in different ways. And think about how this maybe affects the meaning of the sentence.
Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's terrible. Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's terrible. Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's terrible. Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy is terrible. Okay, that's it. I quit. This guy's terrible.
Did you hear the differences in his voice each time? And how, yeah, so he's saying the same words, but the intonation changes the way that he feels. And it's something for you to be aware of when you're listening to English, that perhaps there's more going on than just the words that you are hearing. But we need to think about grammatical contexts. So here are the 7 reasons, or the 7 contexts or situations where intonation is important for the grammar. Okay. I want you to tell me in the chat if my voice goes up on the blue word or down on the blue word. What's your name? What's your name? Yeah, so it goes down here, and this I'm going to type. So yes, it goes down on this, and this is an information question, right? You don't really know the answer. Okay, what about this one? Are you new here? Are you new here? Yes, so this one goes up. And this is a yes or no question. Okay. Pronunciation is fun. Pronunciation is fun. Good. So this is down, and it's just a normal statement, right? A normal sentence. Repeat that sentence. Repeat that sentence. Oh, repeat that sentence. It goes down, and this is an imperative, an instruction, right? And your voice goes down. Next, we've got two question tags. You're new here, aren't you? You're new here, aren't you? You're new here, aren't you? Focus on the blue. Yeah, so you're new here, aren't you? This goes down, and it's a question tag that we use to check information. Okay, then this one. You like ice cream, don't you? You like ice cream, don't you? Yeah, this goes up, and this is to confirm an idea. So you think you like ice cream, it's to confirm it. And finally, we've got chocolate, carrot, and red velvet. We've got chocolate, carrot, and red velvet. Yeah, this goes down, and it's in a list. So in a list of words, we go down on the last word or idea. Okay, that was a whirlwind tour of stress in words, in sentences, and intonation. Let's finish with a quiz to see what you can remember from today's session. So, question 1. What's the name for a group of words, a group of sounds in a word? That's right, points, snaps to Ezra. It is a syllable. Very good. Okay, second question. How can you learn how to pronounce different words? What can you do? So stress is important. Using a dictionary is a good idea. Yeah, listening as well is good. Okay, perfect. Next question. All right, Youglish as well, perfect. Which words do we usually not emphasize in a sentence? Okay, prepositions, helping verbs, yeah. Anything else? We'd also have pronouns, connectors, articles, all those little grammar words. Okay, next. How can you practice sentence stress? The shadowing method, yes. That's perfect. Or you can use listening. You can use Youglish as well. Good. Now, why is intonation a difficult aspect of learning a new language? Yeah, so it can change the meaning of the word. Language is different. Yeah, so our language, our own language is often different to another language we're learning. Yeah. Yeah. And the last question. Okay, can you tell me some different grammatical uses of intonation? I'll give you a second to write in the chat. Yeah. It is important. So question tags, yes, very good. Confirming, taking information. Yeah. We also had imperatives. We had lists. So at the weekend, I go swimming, I'm riding a bike, and to the cinema. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me again today.